The joy of the Lord is your strength. Did you know that joy has nothing to do with your circumstances? And it actually also doesn't have much to do with how happy you feel. Joy of the Lord is your strength. If the joy of the Lord is your strength, then you're looking at how God is confident, how He is still happy when there can be so much evil in this world. One time I remember asking God, how can you still be joyful when there's so much evil and there's so much darkness? Surely, you would be unhappy about that too. And God said to me, I'm joyful because there's so much to celebrate, even amidst all the darkness. And yes, He does grieve for the pain and the darkness in this world, but at the same time, He's saying there's so much to celebrate. And when I thought about that, I was really struck by that and realized that joy is celebration. Joy is making much of the good stuff that is happening in our lives. And you know what? God can see so much more than we can. He's so much bigger than we are. And if we can focus our thoughts on Him instead of how much work there is to do or how much we don't have, instead we look at how big He is, and our thoughts and our focus is centered on how great our God is and how much He has done and how much He can still do, and that He's always with us, then His joy, His ability to celebrate in any circumstance becomes our joy. When you look at the verse that says, the joy of the Lord is your strength, that word strength in the Hebrew is a word that means stronghold or refuge. I remember this really clearly because one day God said, my joy is a stronghold that cannot be shaken. I shared that with a friend. He had been learning Hebrew and he said, did you know that makes sense? In Nehemiah chapter 8 verse 10, when he says, do not sorrow, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. That word strength means refuge. And there you go. The joy of the Lord is your refuge. It's your stronghold, and that stronghold cannot be shaken by circumstance. It's not shaken by what happens or how you feel, because even though stuff happens in this life, God is still the same God. He is still in control. It's not about what you can understand or what you see. He is so much bigger and so much greater, and you don't have to be afraid. He says, do not be afraid because I am with you. Have we ever really understood that, taken that to heart and said, I believe that our lives would be different? It would look so different. So let the joy of the Lord be your strength today and choose to rejoice.